Hey, God.
Okay, so now, Gagabi Michelle Solo, thanks for the correction, is that
Okay.
based on our liberalism and our Omoluabi, whereby our elder practice, Zik was given more than enough power in Yoruba land that he almost dictated.
What power did he have in Yoruba land?
He, look,
See, money. You have to be specific. You have to be specific. The power Zik. No. See, I'm sorry. I'm speaking like this. It's because we have to be. See, we run the danger of going the wrong way if we don't interpret history properly. The power Zik had, he had power because of 2 or 3 things. Number one, it was an NYM, and then he was able to use that to climb the ladder in Lagos politics. And also, he was running a newspaper that was very popular. That was not because people were liberal. It was because he was in Lagos. And I'm not saying Lagos State. I'm saying Lagos Island, Lagos Eko. That was where he was running his paper. He was influential. By 1937, when he started his West African pilot. Sorry, he started West African pilots in 1937. By 38, 39, he was already influential, based on the fact that he was a publisher. As far as politics is concerned, he eventually joined NCNC and was the first secretary. And please, you have to listen to me, because all this liberalism, because NCNC was a nationalist party, just like NYM was a nationalist movement, NCNC pulled people from different parts of Nigeria. Of course, the majority of them were Yoruba because it was in Yoruba land, but they pulled people from different places. And of course, the first person who headed NCNC was about Macaulay. And the whole idea was about Nigeria. So if you're talking about liberalism, maybe you should be talking to about Macaulay, who made Zik is a secretary, or people like Funmi Ransom Kuti, and you can't even blame those ones, because as far as they were concerned, we were one Nigeria. Awo was not with them in NCNC. Awo stopped being with Zik in NYM. There are many layers to this thing. It's not just that they were liberal. Like, if we're not specific, we might misinterpret history. Whatever happened that gave Zik that clout, those 3 things were the things that gave him the clout. He was in NYM. So a lot of young people looked up to him because they looked up to people like H.O. Davis and N.S. Ekoli, Obakisoya, Ademola Kija, Kofu Abayomi. These were people that everybody looked up to. Ademola Adetokunbo. So it was part of the crew. Everybody, it was Nigeria. We're all nationalists. We want to change the world. We want to change the country. The only thing is that after a while, some people started noticing that this guy is not a nationalist like that. He's an ethnic jingoist. And I'll say it again, I've said it before. I always said it, I read in other books, and I'm sure about this. Zik was the beginner of ethnic politics in Nigeria. So the question will be this: those who knew him as a person playing ethnic politics, did they join him to form another party? They did not. They were the ones who formed Egbe Moduduwa that Zik was against, in 1948, and then it was the Egbe Moduduwa that Zik was against that became Action Group. The NCNC that Zik joined, it was supposed to be a nationalist party. He eventually turned it into an Igbo party. And Awo was not with them in NCNC. There were Yoruba people in NCNC, by the way. Of course, most of them were Yoruba. But when he became Igbo. So you had, people like C.O.S. Benson was NCNC. Funmi Ransom Kuti was in NCNC. Adegoke Adelabu eventually joined NCNC. Many people were in NCNC who were Yoruba. Maybe you're talking about those ones who played that politics. But you can't say that Awo was liberal. There's no liberal. I don't know what it was liberal about. It was not even with Zik in the same party. He didn't work with Zik in a party. Whatever made them work together was because they were working for Nigeria. Awo was with AG, Zik was with NCNC, Ahmadu Bello was with NPC. Let's come together and come up with an idea that we can push to the Oyinbo, so that the Oyinbo can give it to us. It's just that every single time, and this is the point that we should be very clear about. Every single time they had a plan, it was Zik who scuttled it. Now you cannot go around and blame the people who are the victims of what Zik did. I don't even like blaming. I've never said Zik scuttled anything, but let's make it very clear. And I'll give you 2 examples, in 54 and in 57. Zik gave an interview in 1975 when he was bragging about how he demolished Awolowo's arguments in 1954. After 21 years, keeping it deep go. It's not about liberalism. You were open to people, yes, they came. Would you be able to send them out? You couldn't send anybody out because everybody was under the control of the British.